The obvious place to start is with how well the company is performing. Sales are up, I think, 17%. You've enjoyed, a lot of demand for your products, actually demand that you can't quite meet at the moment because it's so high. Are you going to be able to actually harness this situational uplift into something more long-term in terms of keeping that momentum?
Yeah, I think one thing to consider here is that the importance of disinfecting in consumers' lives will be increased for the foreseeable future. People will continue to be concerned about their safety as many countries open, and that gives our company an opportunity to serve more consumers and also serve more institutions who are going to be interested to keep people safe. So we're seeing a lot of incremental households use our disinfecting products. It gives us an opportunity to turn those new trialists, new consumers into loyal consumers over time. And we're also seeing significant interest from institutions in the hospitality and travel space to reassure people that their spaces are safe. So while it's impossible to quantify the opportunity for our company today, we're pursuing those opportunities very aggressively and quickly, and we do have reasons to believe that this could lead to incremental growth for our company for the foreseeable future, yes.
And what measures are you taking to actually meet that increased demand? Because obviously the supply chain is constrained in other ways, labor shortages and some material costs are sort of all over the place. So how do you meet that, as you say, significant uptick?
Yeah, so luckily labor shortages for us is not a significant issue. In fact, we have increased our staffing. We have hired about 250 people since this pandemic started to meet the increased demand. But the biggest thing for us really is in the disinfecting space, where we're seeing the unprecedented demand of up to 5x for some of our disinfecting products, and also a strong demand for our other essential products that people enjoy, whether that's in food or in trash bags or whether that's in water filtration. Our priority continues to be getting products to people in healthcare facilities, and we're running our cleaning plants 24/7. We're churning out about 40% more volume compared to pre-pandemic times, and we're continuing to add capacity on disinfecting products as we speak. We're bringing in one additional external manufacturer online, helping us provide consumers with disinfecting products every single month, and we expect meaningful improvements by this summer.
Because the disinfecting products, as I understand it, have not, like hand sanitizer and indeed like toilet roll, which has now come back to meet the increased demand. Disinfecting products, I was listening to the call last week and your CFO was talking about you put stuff in the shops and it's all sold out within 30 minutes. How do you actually get to a position where you are able to meet that increased demand?
We have sped up our own production lines significantly. One way of doing that is by simplifying our SKU lineup, which means that there are going to be fewer changeovers in our plants, and that means we can run our plants faster. And we have a series of relationships with companies who we can use as, so to speak, cushion manufacturers to add to our capacity. And then we've already started to invest in an increased long-term capacity. We have made strategic investments to add another production line, to increase the capacity, which won't help over the next 6 to 9 months, but will help over the next 12 to 18 months to be prepared for what we think is going to be a significant increase in ongoing demand in disinfecting products as of next summer.
And Benno, to that point, what are the retailers telling Clorox in terms of what they're expecting in terms of demand going forward? Because obviously at the moment we're seeing it for a very obvious reason. Are the retailers expecting this to last through the summer, indeed through the rest of the year?
Yeah, I will admit to you that the bulk of the conversations we have with retailers at this point is about meeting current demand. And I want to thank all our retailers for their patience and for the incredible collaboration that we're seeing to help get products to people and to institutions as quickly as possible. But I think it's fair to say that many retailers see that this consumer engagement with disinfecting products is going to be higher for the foreseeable future. And we're beginning to have the conversations with retailers on how we can plan for that. how we can have the right supply in the future, and how we can also have, as people go back to retail stores, whether that's physical stores or digital stores, how we can have the right assortment, how we can have the right shelving to meet this future demand. So expect heightened engagement with retailers and expect the ability to supply what will be an increase in demand in significantly improved ways as of this summer.
And you talked, Benno, about international, and you've mentioned previously about the ambition of taking this company overseas and doing more internationally. Does a crisis like this offer that opportunity?
It does. Our international business last quarter did exceptionally well. We saw very strong sales growth behind double-digit volume growth in every single region. And we're seeing particularly strong demand on our cleaning, disinfecting, and essential household portfolio. Cleaning and disinfecting accounts for about a third of our volume in the United States, but for more than 50% of segment sales in international. So we expect that strong demand to continue. It gives us an opportunity to drive a significant opportunity in the countries that we're already in. But we're also looking at profitable expansion opportunities in new countries, and we think that this increase in consumer engagement behind disinfecting products gives us a strong reason to pursue that.
And obviously, the crisis has offered a company like Clorox a huge amount of publicity, some of it strange in terms of a president suggesting potentially injecting some of the products, but mostly very positive, people using the products, obviously people talking about how they're benefiting from it. Are you able to quantify for me sort of how much you would have had to spend in advertising to actually get the kind of publicity that you've got through the COVID crisis?
Impossible to do, and I can also tell you it's not necessarily the publicity that we seek. What we are focused on is the fact that we have a unique opportunity, all 8,800 Clorox employees, and I'm incredibly proud of them, to serve public health. And that's where we're focused on. Our priorities are to keep people safe, to supply our customers and consumers with our products, and then to give back to our communities. If that helps us build the reputation for the company long term, then that's great. But frankly, like everybody in business, I think we would have all preferred to do without this pandemic.